Health experts often tell us that we can get all the nutrition we need from the proper diet. Do you know anybody who consistently eats all the right foods? I don't. And yet if you go into a health food store to buy some supplements, the choices are overwhelming. My gracious, there are supplements that promise to do just about anything but make you richer. Well, today, Dr. Anthony Bazan in the Great Life series focuses on 6 essential supplements that won't improve your bank account, but they will make your life richer. Dr. Bazan, people often wonder when they take supplements, is there any evidence to support that they work?
As usual, there's controversy, but we have studies that support and we have studies that don't support. For instance, one recent study showed that taking a multivitamin is not going to ensure you from getting cancer or chronic diseases. And in a way, we agree with that. In other words, we believe that doing everything wrong and then ask a supplement to fix it all just won't work. And this is another study that has proven that. On the other hand, on some of the things that we're going to talk about today, there is very good, compelling literature that shows that they're helpful.
Okay, well, we'll talk about the literature when we get to each of them. In the supplements that we're going to talk about today, are these good for men and women, or do men need something in terms of supplements that women don't, and vice versa?
Yes and no. Generally speaking, you don't have to go crazy if you have if you're relatively healthy and you're just looking for supplementation. We are looking at creating different products for men and women, more though in what we call hormone support.
So let's start with multivitamins. We give multivitamins to our children, and then we assume that by the time we're adults, we don't need them anymore. Is that true?
I think that based on all of the available evidence and our stressed out lives and our not so perfect diets, I think that a good multivitamin is probably a better idea rather than not.
Okay, good. There has been a lot of discussion lately on both calcium and vitamin D. Now, calcium we need for our bones, men and women.
Yes.
But if you take calcium alone, it's not enough?
Well, the calcium story ties in the vitamin D story.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very important that people understand that low levels of vitamin D keep the calcium that they buy from getting inside their body. So there might be many people out there buying calcium supplements that they're not using because they're not getting into the system. So go to your doctor, get a vitamin D level, see where you are, and make sure that your vitamin levels are in place, and then you'll see that the calcium that you're buying comes in, and calcium is good for many things. For sleep, for bones, for immune system, for blood pressure, for everything.
And vitamin D, we're finding, is a very common deficiency. I know that my doctor told me that 94% of his patients tested had low vitamin D levels. Yet we're out in the sun, we just don't get enough of it?
I can echo your doctor's statement. It happens to me too, probably in the same range. I don't know, are we in the northern climate? Is it because people use the sunscreens a lot and then also blocks the absorption because we have this dichotomy with the sun? But it is true, and people with less than 30 units per milliliter in the blood, they're in trouble. So it's very easy to fix. So please check your vitamin D levels,
don't forget.
Talk to your physician, and get that set straight.
This is the hot thing now in supplements, vitamin D, isn't it?
Yes, because there is a need.
Yeah. Now, pro-omegas or omega fatty acids or fish oils, well, I eat a lot of fish. Do I need something like this?
Well, when we eat fish, we also eat other things that come with fish, like mercury and PCBs and other things that may not be so nice. Plus, we're always eating animal flesh. In other words, supplementing what we call essential fatty acids, the omega-3 fatty acids, I believe is one of the most fundamental things we have to do.
Why are these so important to us?
Just think this. Every cell of the body has to have a wall. That wall is made of 2 layers of fat and a layer of water. That fat is absolutely critical for all that cell wall has to do. And if that cell is a heart cell, it has to do heart work. And if it's a kidney cell, it has to do kidney work. So no fat is not an option. Bad fat is a bad option. Good fat is a must.
And this is the good fat, right?
This is the good fat.
Okay, we finally found a good fat.
Yes.
Only it's not so tasty, so it's not as much fun.
Well, true.
Now, here's something I had never heard of that you were telling me about the other day. Probiotics. What are they?
In the human gastrointestinal system, we contain more bacteria than there is cells in our own body. 200 to 1. So we carry around something larger than us. They filter the outside of the body with the inside of the body. These trillions of quadrillions of gazillions of bacteria, they divide in 3 categories: good, enemies, and people, and the ones on the fence. As we get old, as we go through stress and toxins and antibiotics and all these things, we lose our friends. And so then we get infections, we get fungus, we get yeast, we get all kinds of other problems. And so we found, and there is more and more literature supporting this now, that taking a good probiotic can really help us stay healthy.
I saw a study just the other day that said women who took probiotics after pregnancy lost weight faster than women who didn't.
It has to do a lot with the way it talks to the liver and metabolics and all that.
But very interesting, something I
Yes.
never would have even thought to look at in the health food store. And this is CQ10, which I believe falls into the category of antioxidants.
Yes.
Okay, what are these?
Coenzyme Q10 is a molecule that is used by every cell in the body to create the energy for the cell to survive. So the more coenzyme Q10 is available, the younger, the healthier, the more functioning a person is. The more coenzyme Q10 gets lost, then things begin to decline and get sick. So coenzyme Q10 has a very good track record in heart disease, in high blood pressure, and in other conditions. The question is, does a quote-unquote normal person benefit from taking this? Yeah. We don't have these answers yet. But if a person decides to take a little bit every day, it's probably not a bad thing.
So it can't hurt. It could help and it can't hurt.
And it could help.
That's
at
enough.
That level, yes.
That's enough for me. And finally, carnitine. I never heard of this. What is it?
It's an amino acid that, back to the machinery for energy in the cell, shuttles the fatty acids across the mitochondrial membrane, which is where the energy is produced. So in a way, this will help you burn your fat. This will help you create more muscle. Oh. This will help the whole thing work better.
Both?
And people that are carnitine deficient, for instance, they take fatty acids, but they cannot use them properly because they don't have enough of them.
Can you test for this, or you
Yes.
just? Oh, really?
Yes.
So that's another one of the tests you can get.
Yes.
Okay, so just to recap: multivitamin, vitamin D, vitamin C, omega fatty acid, carnitine, CoQ10, and a probiotic. I've got to go shopping. Now, one more question. Other than grinding up elephant tusks as an aphrodisiac, which I think they do in Asia, is there a supplement that would boost your sex drive?
Interesting question. We actually are looking at those supplements. We have taken a look at all of the ones, and most of the ones that have a century-long tradition, and we're looking at the literature. And certainly there is some literature, and there's more interest. And on our website, in our book, we talk about that. Yes, there are some things, but at this point, I'm not going to tell you which one to take for that.
Yet. But you promised me you will tell me when you find out.
There will be updates and there will be information on our website.